Dan the Professor Kaiser here with another free pick video for Saturday's college football action for picksandparlays.net and the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel. This is the second of three free picks I have going for Saturday's action. And for this play, I'll be going with the winner of the UCLA Bruins and Michigan State Spartans. Before I get to my analysis and the winning play, if you take a minute, go scroll down to the bottom of your screen, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications for this channel. And not only will you get notified for more free plays from our stable of Picks and Parlays handicappers, but you get notified of other free content that we have on this channel, like the Total Chaos Show, which you get two handicappers go head to head, picking over and unders for 5 either NFL, college football, and soon to be NHL matchups. And you also get the All Joe Madden Show, which is another good show. A lot of good content, a lot of good information. And I will be on the Joe Madden Show Friday, so check that out. You can go back and look for it. I'll have some free plays up there as well. Feel free to drop a line in the comment section on what you're going to play this weekend, what games you like. You can add a comment on the free plays that you've seen. Also, maybe if you'd like to see something going forward, something we haven't covered or something you'd like to see covered, put that in there too. And if we have somebody that can do that, we'll look into doing that for you. All right. As you know, Michigan's the team I love to hate. I think the Spartans are the team I hate to love. Good thing for the Spartan Nation is last weekend it was MSU Madness at the Breslin Center. So that just means MSU basketball is not that far away. So the nation has something to look forward to this season. Michigan State comes in somehow as an 8.5-point favorite. That kind of shocked me a little bit. I could see them being a small favorite, but 8.5 I think is a kind of a big number in this one. But then over and under sitting at 55. I got those lines from DraftKings. But if you want the up to the minute lines and the best lines, live lines on the internet, check out oddslogic.com. It's a line service I use. And if you have multiple outs like I do, and you should have multiple outs to get the best numbers out there, this is the easiest way to find who has the best lines. You don't have to have a bunch of screens up, or you don't have to have a bunch of tabs up, clicking on it, going back and forth, trying to remember who has the best line. But it's all right there for you. One easy to do thing. And check that out. It's not that expensive. It's a good tool to have in your toolbox if you're going to be gambling on multiple games and multiple sports. All right, now let's look at this game. To be honest, before last week, this was looking to be, probably the easiest win on the rest of the Spartan schedule. But then, you know what? You saw what happened. UCLA goes out and lays a beat down on Penn State. Penn State even after the loss to Oregon was considered one of the top teams in the country. They did that travel to the West Coast and laid an egg. Spartans are 3-2 in the Big Ten, or 3-2 overall, but 0-2 in the Big Ten. The Bruins are just 1-4 overall and 1-1 in the Big Ten. This would be the Spartans' homecoming game, but I'll tell you from experience, that's not always a good thing. I've been to many of these homecoming games at Spartan Stadium, looking for an easy win. Because you schedule what's perceived to be lesser competition. But I've seen the Spartans go out there and get blown out in a few of these games. I've been to one where I left at halftime and just went to the local pub that I used to go to in East Lansing to hang out for the rest of the game because I couldn't bear to watch it in person. Michigan State's coming off a tough 38-27 road loss to Nebraska. And what makes it even tougher for Spartan fans is we went to the fourth quarter tied. But as we've seen many times over the last 3 years, they fell apart again on both sides of the ball. Bad mistakes offensively, bad plays defensively, too many stupid penalties. And they come out of that game again. They were banged up going into that game. They're banged up on both sides of the ball coming out of that game. And to be honest, they're going to have to pull it together. I think they really need this game, or this could be a very long and lost season for the Spartans. As I said, UCLA's coming off that huge 42-37 win over what were at the time the 6th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. Again, they did it in the first half. They had a 20-point lead at the halftime. Penn State made a comeback, but it wasn't good enough. And what's really surprising is UCLA looked terrible in a road loss to UNLV earlier in the season. They've got a 25-point loss to New Mexico. Those happened in weeks 2 and 3. And they just looked like a team that was going to be a patsy for the rest of the season. And now you got to look at it maybe a little bit differently. And they did change the coach, and they brought in a new offensive coordinator, Rick Neuheisel's son. And it seemed to make a difference. Tennessee's transfer, Nico Iamaleava, finally had the game that Bruins fans have been waiting for since he transferred. He completed 71% of his throws, had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he ran for 128 yards and had 3 scores on the ground. He did what has been expected of him all season. He finally had that big game this season. And to be honest, I'm looking for another big day from him against this Spartans defense. He's the type of quarterback that usually gives the Spartans problems. But before I get to the free play, let me tell you about a great deal we got going on Picks and Parlays for this weekend. It's called the Weekend Warrior Pass. And it's just for $49. And what you get for $49, it's a great deal. Whatever handicapper you choose, whether it be me or one of the other handicappers that are on Picks and Parlays, you spend the $49, and then you get every college football play that capper releases on Saturday, every NFL play they release on Sunday. You get all that for $49, no matter game of the year, game of the month, 5-star, whatever it is, you get that 5%, whatever it is, you get that for just $49. And then as an added bonus, if your handicapper releases plays on Monday night for the Monday Night Football games, you will get those plays also absolutely free. It's a great deal, and you can't beat it. So to try out a handicapper, try out a couple of handicappers if you want. $49, all their plays for the weekend on the gridiron. Coming in this game, both teams are 2-3 against the spread. MSU is 3-0 at home. My UCLA is 1-2 on the road, straight up. MSU has failed to cover in 8 of their last 10. As we've seen, whether it's coming from West Coast to East Coast to West Coast, traveling across the country matters a lot with these Big Ten programs. We saw that happen when USC traveled to Illinois. They got down big early in the game because it was a 9 a.m. start for them. At their time, they got down big, came back, actually had the lead late, but still lost that game. And then you saw what happened, Penn State traveling to the West Coast. James Franklin even said the travel got to them. A lot of things got to them. So you look at this UCLA team. They flew 2 weeks ago. They flew into Chicago to play Northwestern. They had to fly back to LA to take on Penn State. And now they had to fly back east to take on East Lansing, which will be, again, a 9 a.m. kickoff time as far as they're concerned. And I think that will eventually prevent UCLA from pulling off a second straight upset, if you can call it an upset. I think Michigan State's defense is just too porous. It's awful on third downs. It's bad against decent quarterbacks. Offensively, they do have playmakers and talent, especially at wide receiver and quarterback, but they're not great at running the ball. Everyone but Northwestern has completed 70% of their passes against the Bruin defense. So I think the offense from Michigan State will be able to move the ball through the air with Childs and Nick Marsh. I think this game will be entertaining. And even though I think the Spartans will come away with a win, or I'm hoping the Spartans will come away with a win, I just don't think they'll cover this number. I think 8 is too much for the Spartans to be laying against any team, especially. So that's my plan here. Take the points with the Bruins. I have one play posted already on the site for college football. I have my rest of my plays up by Friday for college football. I'll have some NFL plays posted probably Friday night, Saturday. So if you don't want to wait, get that Weekend Warrior package. It says $49. And then when my plays are released, we'll send you an email, let you know the plays are posted. And then that way you don't have to sit around and wait or keep checking. Spend the $49, get all my plays for the weekend. So it'd be Saturday. I'll have 4 or 5 plays Saturday, 4 or 5 plays Sunday. and a couple plays for Monday. So get in on that action. And as always, good luck, and we'll see you next week.